Hello. So much for daily vlogs. I don't know if you can tell. I got burned on Sunday, and then because of the sunburn, my lips started like swelling up last night on Tuesday night, and it's like sharp shooting pains, and yeah. I googled, can you get an allergy shot with a sunburn? Because I was like, it didn't sound like a good idea to me, and Google said no. So I called the ENT, and they said, no, we would prefer you not. So I said, well, can we come in Tuesday? Because Mark had a doctor's appointment yesterday, and they're like, we don't give allergy shots on Tuesdays. I don't think it would have been a good idea to get it anyway, because this started to happen last night. I put on sunscreen, 70 sunscreen on my face every single day. Even when I'm just at home, I don't know. And I don't know. I just didn't take care of myself on Sunday. I didn't put sunscreen on my face. I felt, even though I did all that prep, which you guys saw the day before, I felt like we were rushing to get out of the house. And then I didn't put it on my face. I brought it with me. And then we ate and just got in the pool. And the pool was green. It was green. Let me get my keto water. So I missed my allergy shot this week, and I feel kind of bad about that. But at the same time, I need to talk. I made an appointment to see my primary care physician. Mark brought me this lemon juicer back whenever he went overseas. And what you do is you just, well, let me put you down. I may have already showed you this. I can't remember. But you just try not to cut yourself. You just twist it in, and then as you can see, the juice will start coming out. So did I say, okay, so I'm not sure what I said. Mark got me this when he went on his last business trip. This is a huge lemon. I don't remember if I've showed you this before. I like a lot of lemon in my keto aid. I just think it gives it a good flavor. And I just put it like this and put it in the refrigerator. So yeah, the pool was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was nice and relaxing. I feel bad that I didn't take better care of myself. I don't put a full scoop of this in there because it is the glycinate instead of the citrate, and it can give you diarrhea if you put too much. I mean, my body's used to it now, so it really doesn't anymore. But it did in the beginning. I'm going to sneeze because I must have got it in my nose. Half a teaspoon of potassium chloride, sea salt, and then my Peak blackberry grape. And that's it. So, Mark had a doctor's appointment. He had a test that I don't know if I'll tell you about or not. Just depends on what comes of it. So he had the day off and we went together. And we went to eat Mark was like, I guess he needed, reassurance, cheering up, whatever. So we went ahead and went out to eat. And I got a steak salad. It wasn't that expensive for a steak. And it's a place that we like to eat. I was kind of full. And then I came home and I took a certain herb that I've been taking the last couple days, and I felt really nauseous, so I didn't eat dinner. And then this morning I had my coffee, and I had been using Equal, and then this was on clearance at HEB, so I got this. This was like four something, like $4.50 for this whole box. And I know this stevia is supposedly better for you than like Equal, so not very flattering, I know. I got that, but I really don't like it. It doesn't taste as good to me as Equal. Guess I'm not used to it. But yesterday I did go pick up a blood glucose monitor. I'm part of a Buy Nothing group, and I had posted that I would like one because I don't need one. I don't have diabetes, but I wanted to see what spiked my blood sugar as far as artificial sweeteners go. And it took a long time, but somebody finally said that they had one. And then it took a long time for me to go pick it up. But I thought yesterday, since I was going to be in town and Mark was driving, that we would pick it. I asked if she would be there, so we picked it up. I poked my finger twice. After the steak salad, my blood glucose, well, when I got home, I don't know what it was right after, but when we got home, after the test, everything, my blood glucose was 110. And then after I drank my coffee this morning, it was like 83 or something. Haven't had anything substantial since lunch yesterday because I didn't feel good. Had a real hard time sleeping because with the allergy shots, they just get more potent and more potent and more potent. And as I'm having an asthma flare, bad. And I had a real hard time breathing last night. I did take an albuterol treatment this morning with a nebulizer. I'm thinking about doing a saltwater treatment. I don't know if that'll help asthma or not, but I do know it helps congestion, and I've been spitting up just a little bit of green stuff occasionally after I do the albuterol treatments. So I hate to do those because it makes me shaky. It just makes me feel bad for like an hour afterwards. But it helps me breathe. So anyway, I did it in the morning yesterday. I didn't do it last night, and by the time I went to bed, my lip was swelled up. I was getting like sharp stabbing pains in my lip. My face hurt. I couldn't breathe. I was having to get up and go to the bathroom every like hour because I drank coffee when I got home. I was nauseous. I told Mark, I said, I feel like my body's shutting down. I mean, it didn't, obviously, but I just felt like everything was malfunctioning at once. But I took some melatonin, and I was finally able to drift off to sleep. So I wanted to do my empties video, but I'm not getting on the internet doing the empties video looking like this because more people watch my empties videos than they do these vlogs. And I would just rather not. So it's going to have to wait. I may have to wait till like August now, but that's fine. So I am going to make my bulletproof coffee. Oh, I did have some cheddar cheese this morning because I thought I'm feeling hungry. I need something. It's 10 o'clock and that's all I could think about that didn't make me ill. So I did have cheddar cheese this morning. Cheddar cheese, coffee, and Keto Aid, breakfast of champions. Anyway, later I'm going to show you my bullet journal because I need to start my bullet journal spread for August. So that's what I'm going to work on. And I also just got done converting my Movie Maker file to an MP4 file that I can upload to YouTube. So that's what I'm going to do now. After I make my bulletproof. Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make my bulletproof coffee. I'm going to sit down and read my Bible. Start working on my bullet journal. Exciting. cup of milk. So I watch a guy called Thomas DeLauer, and he did keto for like 10 years. And apparently there's a new study that shows that if you have calcium in the morning, you're less hungry. So he suggested crushing up an eggshell. I'm not joking. He suggested crushing up an eggshell and putting it in your eggs. I was like, the things that they're asking us to do nowadays for health. I can't stand the crunch. Like if I accidentally get an eggshell in my eggs when I'm making it, I cannot. Sorry if that made y'all sick. And people say, sorry if that made y'all sick. It never makes me sick because my eyes don't focus together, so I don't get sick. Things like that. So anyway, I was like, I'm not eating an eggshell. Watch me eat an eggshell. I'm trying to figure out how I would eat an eggshell. I don't want to eat it in my eggs. I don't know. Put it in a smoothie, like grind it up in my spice grinder and put it in a smoothie. That sounds better to me than, oh my gosh. That sounds better to me than eating an eggshell with your eggs. I can't believe he suggested that. He did used to be overweight, and now he's a health fanatic, which seems to happen when people go on the keto diet and they lose weight. They start to feel better and then want to work out. So anyway, I'm hoping that's what happens with me. Because when you feel bad, the doctor says, work out, work out. But you're like, how am I supposed to work out when I feel like crap? He's like, work out, you won't feel like crap. And I'm like, have you ever been a 50-year-old woman with Hashimoto's and premenopause? I mean, I didn't say that, but that's what I was thinking. Red will not stop itching. He needs his allergy shot. So I've texted his mother and I have said, please bring his allergy shot. But for now, he has to be with his collar. And I'm sorry, Red, but that's just the way it is. So my video is uploading. I should trim. These are the wicks that are fragile and they will break on you. So I kind of don't really want to do this, but I'm feeling kind of lazy. Oh, I did it. It's fine. So this is the Main Street Bakery. This is the one that's supposed to smell like bananas. It does a little bit. Mark says he can't smell it. I don't know why I got this one. I normally get my electric one. But this is pretty strong, and it's been a pretty good burner, and now I have charcoal on my fingers, but that's fine. And now let me show you my bullet journal. This is my cover page for July. I was inspired by a Tilda fabric, and I just thought the way she's sitting there with her feet, I didn't draw that hand correctly, but you know, I did my best. I just thought that's how I feel in the summer. So I thought that would be perfect for July. And then I didn't put July on here because I thought that would be redundant. But I thought her laying there in the sand like that, I probably should have put a towel under her, but I didn't really want to. I thought that was cute, a little beach changing house. And then that is how I set up each. I'm not going to show you, like, I don't want to show you specifics, but that is how I set up each week. And then this is my last week. This is my weight tracker. I've been tracking my weight every day. That's my habit tracker. I've been trying to stay on top of it. These are some Bible verses that I wanted to concentrate on, especially this, and that's the lady in the hammock just resting. And then this is my second month to try to do the zone cleaning, and as you can tell, I'm not keeping up with it. And then these are the books and the audiobooks that I have listened to and read this month, or not this month, this year so far. And I've just written them in pencil. So that is, and then this is the page that I use to check all of my pens and markers. This is the bullet journal that I'm going to start. I had several to choose from. So this is an interesting journal. It's yellow. My daughter got this for me. This was one of my birthday presents. It is an Archer and Olive, and it's beautiful. Please excuse my nails. It's interesting because the pages are purple. It's dot grid, as you can see, but the pages are purple. So this is going to be interesting to work in. I do have white gel markers, gel pens. I also have white ink. But right now I am going to read some of this. And I have my King James Bible. It's my mom's, and it's literally falling apart. But I'm going to read it while I smell my beautiful candle and drink my coffee. And I don't know if I will share anything else with you guys today or not. But it's Wednesday. I don't know if I told you that. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm thinking about making this a series, just doing these weekly vlogs. I've been inspired by another YouTuber who does this. As long as I don't talk too much each day or show too much each day, it's a good idea. Love, you want to go lay down and take a night-night? Let's see, I need to vacuum the floor again. You can go take a night-night? Come on, let's go take a night-night. Last night, he was itching himself so much. Mark took him to the bathroom. See, he can even lay worse than right there. And when he came back, he was itching himself so much that he fell off the edge of the bed. Remember the last video I was telling you? See? You're living on the edge. Kate gets him an allergy pill. And she's been needing to get him an allergy pill, but she just hasn't done it, and he needs it. Not allergy pill, an allergy shot. It's called Cytopoint. Thank you, sir. I just made the bed, but oh, I know. Excuse me. It needs to get unmade. It is almost 12. I love you. And there's Almond. She's like, I'm ready too, Grandma. Did I already tell you happy Thursday, the 17th? Happy Thursday, the 17th. Today is my oldest brother's birthday. He's 11 years older than me. So, as you can see, my lips are worse. This side has swollen up now. The top is worse. I was supposed to go in this morning and get blood work. I have to drive myself into North Corpus Christi. I am feeling nauseous and headachy. Mark told me to rest today. He said, don't make dinner if you don't want to, just rest. But I feel kind of like whenever I sit too long, or like in the morning when I wake up and drink my coffee in bed, there just comes a certain point where I have to get out and my skin is peeling. There comes a point where I have to get up, and I can't just sit around. I'm taking this herb. I took it on an empty stomach, but I just don't feel like eating. I don't feel like having any more coffee. I've had my keto weight. I almost had a leg cramp last night, and because I didn't really drink my keto weight yesterday, even though I made it, I didn't really drink it. So my phone died at like 26%, but you saw me cutting up the cabbage that I had bought like a month ago now. So I'd watched Coffee with Kate do a house cleaning video, which she hasn't done one of those in a long time, and it was fantastic. Very inspirational. Makes you want to get up and clean your house. But at the end, she made this, like, she chopped up a head of cabbage and a couple of onions and some garlic. I don't know. She made it kind of like a Asian inspired noodle dish. So I threw some bell peppers in there after I cooked it with bacon grease. Y'all saw that. I had gotten this from an Ibotta deal, so I've had it a while, and it's pretty good, but it's a little bit spicy. But I thought, well, let me just try some of that in there. And then I got this from the Dollar Tree, and I also added some soy sauce and then Spam. And then whenever I took mine out, and then I made the last of the spaghetti noodles that we have for Mark. They were some kind of gluten-free spaghetti noodle that I got at the Dollar Tree that I didn't like. So anyway, that's all that I had as far as noodles. So I threw this together with the noodles for him. So you can see the Spam and the cabbage, and then I had some bell peppers, different color bell peppers that I had chopped up. And then I put just a few sprinklings of like sesame oil on the top. So it is 12 o'clock, and I know I should eat something so that it might like help absorb some of the vitamins that I took, because I also took some different supplements, not just the herb, not just shepherd's purse. I can't even think. I feel so bad, I can't even think. Yesterday I had to take 2 albuterol treatments because I couldn't breathe, and then I remembered you can also nebulize salt water, so I made some salt water. Well, not with iodized salt, but with like Himalayan pink sea salt and with distilled water, and that's in the fridge. And then I nebulized this stuff. My mom I don't know if she still takes it, but she gave this to me, and so I nebulized this yesterday, and I'll probably do it again today. It's fine. But anyway, yesterday after I took the shepherd's purse, I felt nauseous, and I knew that I would feel nauseous again after I took it this morning, and before when I had taken it, it didn't affect me the same way. And I know y'all are blown out. I am just going to weigh it. I try to cut about an ounce. Sometimes I do cut exactly an ounce. Sometimes I cut slightly more. But normally people would eat like crackers or whatever. I do have a low-carb tortilla that I could eat, but if you've ever been pregnant, you know, like the morning sickness, and you're like, you try to think of things that you can eat, and then when you hit on something that you think you can eat, the thought of it doesn't make your stomach turn, that's what you eat. So this is 1.1 ounce, 1 ounce. Right on the money. I don't know why it keeps going back and forth. Anyway, so the thought of a tortilla, low-carb tortilla, does not give me happiness, does not make my stomach stop churning. But the thought of a piece of cheese does, so. And normally I like to eat cheese with walnuts. Cheese, walnuts, and dates would be delicious. I can't have dates, but cheese, walnuts, and olives are pretty good. Anyway, so I'm going to see if the doctor will give me something. I'm going to put this back because I didn't cut it directly on there. I cut it on the plastic, so it'll be fine. I'm going to talk to the doctor about giving me something. I have gotten fever blisters from the sun, but never this bad. I just have to check on Red. So yeah, last night he fell off the edge of the bed, and I feel so bad. I feel kind of guilty because I thought maybe since I said I worry about that put it into the universe, so to speak. See, there's my nebulizer. My phone's on the charger. But anyway. Good thing he didn't break anything, knock on wood. He did yelp, but I think he got confused. He was scratching himself. He maybe got startled or something. Instead of walking up toward the front of the bed, because his eyesight's bad, I think he tried to walk the other way. He got confused, and he walked off the bed. So I'm gonna let y'all go so I can eat this cheese, hopefully feel just a little bit better. If I don't see you today, maybe I'll see you tomorrow. This is the first time Mark has ever given Red his treatment, so I don't normally get to film what a fit he throws. You need to shake it around a little bit. There you go. Almond's outside, or she would be in here guarding him, looking at us like what, Mark? Almost. There's still some coming out. See, that's what he does. That's why he gets a nebulizer treatment. Because sometimes coughs until he throws up.
Red. Red.
You have undignified me.
Now he's gonna grumble.
Good morning. It is Friday. And I was going to go get blood work done this morning, but I just didn't feel like it. Mark woke up not feeling great. So we're going to try to go Monday morning. I have my allergy shot. My mom has an eye appointment. And then we have to take my dad to the DMV. So we are going to try and get there on Monday morning. I did not have to wake up last night and use my inhaler, which was good. I did start I didn't have to wake up and use my rescue inhaler, so that's good. I did the albuterol treatment twice twice yesterday, and I nebulized salt water and ASEA, so maybe that has something to do with it. I also opened up a new asthma like a Symbicort or whatever. Not the rescue inhaler, but another one. So I had a fresh one of those, so maybe that had something to do with it. I don't know, but you can see my lips are still pretty bad. I completely rested yesterday, apart from doing a few dishes. So I am going to vacuum right now. Yes, what I would look like getting my lips done. Not that anybody would ever be curious about that. Just one side of my lips. I truly have duck lips now on one side. I hope my lips will eventually one day go back to normal. And you can see my forehead is peeling. This was just like 3 max 4 hours in the sun. And when I used to go to the beach, whenever I was a beach bum, I didn't wear sunscreen all the time. And this never happened. Of course, the rays could have bounced off the pool and hit my face, but I also have like a sunburn on my shoulders. Not as bad, but anyway. I don't know why this happened, to be honest with you. I have been wearing sunscreen, at least 70 SPF on my face every day, except for that day, and I'm peeling like a snake. So I couldn't tell you. Maybe I've developed a sun allergy. Maybe one of the medications did this to me. I'm gonna vacuum. I'm not gonna show y'all. I just want to vacuum and get it done with. I'll talk to you later. Good Saturday afternoon. Just wanted to show you guys what was going on with my face. So I'm going to confess. I'm going to make a confession. I have done something many times. I've done something many times. I have collected a pile of trash many times, thinking I was going to create something with it because I'm an artist and I just thought it would be cool. I get so overwhelmed with all the trash that I throw it away. I don't recycle it. I used to recycle it. We don't have a recycling program where I live. We don't have like recycling wheelie bins. I could take it to my parents' house, but they're lying to us about recycling as well. Did y'all know that? It's not as earth-saving as they say it is. There's no other option to buy sour cream except in plastic. And we like sour cream. There's no glass container that has French onion dip in it. There are glass containers that have yogurt in them, but they're not low carb or zero carb. So you can save things like this and punch holes in them and make planters and make seed starting things. That's what I saved them for. I don't know what I'm going to do with all this stuff, but I thought I'm going to try to come up with some sort of art, something to put outside with all this stuff. I may end up just throwing it in the trash. It may just be an experiment. It may be something that keeps me occupied on a Saturday while I have to stay inside while my face clears up. But that is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to sit here quietly and cut plastic and paint. So this is what I have so far. But they have their first coat and I needed to take a break, because that was a lot of cutting and painting. And then I have this big huge thing that I don't know what I'm going to do with. It was from a square bottom container. And I do have these other square bottom things from milk jugs. So I may just make like 2 more. But that's the progress so far. I am going to watch the Candle channel because I have not watched Kent in a hot minute, and sometimes I just like to watch candle videos.
Hey guys, I'm back with another video, and yes, oh my gosh, so much full of romance. I don't think so, and I think I was just lukewarm on this, but it's all right. I mean, I still enjoy the body wash, and it's just like a very.
I made these, I don't know how many leaves hibiscus flowers have, but that's kind of what I was thinking about when I cut these out from the square bottom milk jugs. And so one thing you have to remember is it is trash. This is trash, but you paid for this trash. You absolutely paid for the packaging. It's yours now. Do with it what you want. You don't have to recycle it unless you live in a place where you have to recycle it. But you can cut it up and paint it. What, are you going to have the police come around, knock on your door and tell you that you're going to have to go to jail because you cut up something you were supposed to recycle? Like I said, someplace like where I live, they don't even have a recycling program. Anyway, this is boring. I don't want you guys to have to watch me do this. I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I am trying to keep all the sun out of the house right now. As you can see, it's not working because I don't know what to do about the front door. But I have all of the curtains closed or the blinds drawn. What am I doing? I am going to light my candle, and then I need to dust those blinds. I need to dust the mantle. I just have some things that I can clean while I am trying to recover. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn on YouTube in here and light my candle. I just trim the wicks, light this candle, and just do a little bit of cleaning. So I've cleaned my blinds and I cleaned my mantle, and I didn't realize that, please don't laugh at me, I have this thing that needed to be charged, and I finally charged it, so maybe it'll be a little brighter. I don't know. What if I did this? So when I went up to clean my mantle, there's all this dust and hair behind the TV. So I'm gonna need help. I'm gonna need Mark to like lift the TV down. So I didn't even know that you were supposed to dust behind your TV, wall-mounted TV. But whenever there's a problem, I just turn the TV off and wait for Mark to get home. So I never get up there, so I didn't think about it. Anyway, still drinking my keto aid today because I made it late. The little yogurt containers I cut into little bitty flowers. And then like the sour cream and French onion dip, they're like the bigger ones. And the red isn't covering up very well. The teal is covering up okay. And then I did go ahead and cut those other square bottom milk containers so I can make like hibiscus. Anyway, I was listening to somebody on YouTube and I thought, you know, I didn't realize this, but I mean, it's true. So I thought I'd share it. I thought I'd jump on here and share it real quick. And I don't know if this is helping at all. When Kate and Preston lived here, we had like a little community. They were, you know, once they got older, they were self-sufficient, but we had like a little community. We helped each other. And now that they're both gone and Mark works, you know, and I'm here by myself, I'm missing that community. And I didn't even realize that I had lost a community. I was just like, well, kids move out, you become an empty nester. But really, they were my community. I mean, we kind of lost our church during COVID because they shut down for like 2 or 3 years and they didn't reopen for a long time. And then when they did reopen, the pastor was gone. And anyway, we just weren't into that church anymore because it's too liberal. Kind of how liberal it was. So we lost that community. And then I lost my own community. I guess I'm going through a phase right now, like a lonely phase. I feel very lonely today. Normally I don't feel. I think it's also because I'm like segregating. I'm trying to stay out of the sun, like any sun, and so I'm not going out. Like I'm staying in my house. I'm not going outside, hardly at all. I need to go to the grocery store, but I'm not going to the grocery store. Not looking like this. And that also made me think about like people with disabilities who are worried they're gonna get stared at, and they do get stared at, double take. And it's not like out of meanness, it's just you notice things and you don't mean to, and sometimes you don't even you don't know what to say, so you don't talk to people who are different. Imagine how lonely they must feel. So they probably rarely get out of the house unless they have somebody pushing them to get out of the house and taking them. And I have a friend that pushes me to get out of the house and she takes me, but she hasn't been lately, so I don't know if I've upset her or what, but yeah, I'm feeling lonely today. But Monday's going to be so busy. I'm also kind of like, I'm like, well, you feel lonely and it's a very quiet day today, but Monday is going to be so busy and overstimulating. So say hi, Kate.
Hi.
So, good morning. It is Sunday. I don't even want to show you my lips. I made chocolate chip muffins, and that was homemade tortillas dough that you saw. And I put my makeup on the dark so it may look crazy. I just did my eyes. Little concealer. I'm about to cook some bacon and hopefully make some homemade tacos. So real quick, I thought I would do an update. I don't know if y'all can see. Right away, the doctor asked. So he's the type of doctor, he will, he doesn't like get your chart and stand outside the door and read it. He'll grab the chart, open the door, come in and sit down and talk to you. And then whatever you tell him, he'll look at the chart. And he's very busy. Very, very busy. A lot of people in my area go to him. A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people do like him. Anyway, first thing he said to me was, "What happened to your lips?" I told him I got sunburned. He didn't offer me any type of antiviral or anything like that. He said if there's still bad in a week to come back. He gave me I think it's an antibiotic ointment called Mupricin, I don't know. I'm supposed to put that on my lips 3 times a day. He asked what I was doing, and I said I'm using Abreva. He listened to my lungs. He heard that I was wheezing. He said, breathe out hard. He said, breathe in. I breathed in. And then he said, breathe out hard. Because I was like, he said, breathe out hard. I went, and then I started coughing. And he was like, I'm putting you on antibiotics. Well, he asked me if I was spitting up anything. And I said, I am. After I nebulize albuterol, I spit up just a teeniest amount of green stuff, but it's enough for me to know that it's an infection, but I'm not able to, I'm not getting it out. So he was like, we don't have bronchitis yet, but I don't want you to get bronchitis. So he put me on doxycycline. No, he didn't put me on a Z-Pack. He put me on doxycycline. We are having, I don't know if you see that moth. Corpus is having an issue with flies right now. I don't know if you guys are. I know it's warm and, it happens in the summer, but anyway, so that is the news on my lungs. I've been going into town to take my allergy shots, although he told me he would do it. It wasn't in my notes, so I asked him again. I said, will you do my allergy shots? He said, yes. And I said, well, the lady from the ENT said it wasn't in my notes. And Tracy said, sorry, I shouldn't have said her name. The receptionist said, it's not in your notes. If you want to have your allergy shots here, you need to come back and make another appointment, pay the another, however much it is. And I was like, so this time I told him what happened. I said, they won't do it because it's not in my notes. And the scribe who was in the room said, I'm the one who talked to her. Sorry, I'm about to get a fly. Try to anyway. I spray them, and then they get stunned, and it's still flying around. It may die because this is like, it has a little bit of bleach in it. The scribe that was in the room, she was like, I'm the one who talked to her. And I said, well, Tracy told me, the lady from the ENT told me that Tracy said, no, you can, that the receptionist said, no, you can't, because it's not in the notes. I did not mean to get her into trouble, but that's what the lady said. So they have a texting option. I texted them when I got home. Well, after I ate, because I hadn't eaten, I texted them when I got home. And they haven't texted me back yet. If I don't hear from them by 10 o'clock tomorrow, I'm calling them. So that's that. As far as the keto results, I've lost 30 pounds. I thought I had lost around 30. I thought I have lost around 30 pounds. I don't think I lost it all from keto. But since the beginning of the year, I've lost 30 pounds. And I started keto in March, so I don't know exactly how much I've lost. I lost prior to that. I'd have to go back and look. But anyway, 30 pounds doing keto. My cholesterol is up, which means my risk ratio is up. And he was like, that should level out the longer you do keto. He didn't seem concerned about it, but I'm concerned about it. If you want to know the truth, I'm concerned about it. I've watched so many keto videos, and they tell you that the whole cholesterol thing is pretty much a lie, like to get you on statins and stuff. Hang on. So I'm going to do a little bit of research. It's probably all the cheese that I have had the past week because of the herb that I was taking. Made me nauseous, and it's the only thing I could think of that didn't make me nauseous, which you will have already seen. So I'm going to stay on keto, but I'm going to, I don't know. People with Hashimoto's tend to have higher cholesterol. I don't know why. Maybe it's metabolism. I haven't asked Google yet. Maybe it's metabolism. I don't have any patience today. I'm just not feeling good. So anyway, I think that's it as far as I got a COVID test. I finally submitted to a COVID test because somebody at Mark's work got COVID, and it was confirmed they got a COVID test. So I was like, maybe this is COVID. I didn't tell them that, but I thought maybe this is COVID. No, I don't have COVID. They offered me a flu test. I was like, pretty sure this isn't flu, because I've had flu multiple times, and flu comes on fast and puts you down immediately. This has been building up, but y'all know. So anyway, I am going to make chicken. So with the doxycycline, I asked the pharmacist, because I don't remember taking it. I'm sure I have, but I don't remember taking it. I know it's used for a lot of different things, not just lungs. In fact, it's primarily not used for lungs, but I think it's used more for like acne or something. I don't know. He said I'd taken it before, so the only thing he said was not to eat dairy within 4 hours of taking it. I have to take it twice a day. So I was watching YouTube videos. YouTube says 2 hours of taking it. I'm not going to go the full 4 hours probably. I'll probably take it in the morning after my coffee around 11 o'clock. And then maybe at night. I'm not sure. If y'all have any suggestions for doxycycline, let me know. I can't think of anything else to tell you guys. But I'm going to make chicken Alfredo today and for lunch, for dinner. Because I have some chicken that I can just throw in the skillet and some Alfredo sauce that I bought from Walmart today. And Mark can have the noodles. I'll just have the chicken Alfredo. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and close out the weekly vlog here. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. I really appreciate it. Please leave any comments that you have down below and give me a like and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. I would love to have you. And hopefully I will be feeling better so we can get on with our lives. All right, friends. I'll talk to you later. Bye.